Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. Just say hello to him. Now I have a fairly balanced rack. The duplicate W, not the most welcome sight, but I should be able to resolve the rack. Now wowed should be good through an O. Lewd is good, L-E-W-D. Dweeb onto a B. And Waware through an A. That would be alright. Oh, opponents exchanged. Wow. Wield. No, wield can't do that. So I'll do lewd. Trackpad's not working, sorry. I wasted a fair bit of time there. Opponent exchanged, and I was waiting for him to go. Not a great pickup, but a play of Hew, H-E-W, or maybe Hui, W-H-E-E, would sort the rack out. Now opponent exchanged 4, so he kept 3 decent tiles on his first rack. And I wonder if he's about to bingo. Eonian, okay, not quite. Now I have Thew, that scores quite well. 53, I draw a bunch of vowels, so not looking good for my next play, but a play of age or a G. I don't like a G because of the Z hotspot, but what about OG here? That looks alright. Two A's I don't mind. It's when you pick up the third one that it starts becoming an issue. There's a lot of bingos which have 2 A's in them. So is there a play that gets rid of OGAE and leaves ESA? Retrofit, that's quite nice. So I'll go with OG. Opponent's play doesn't look like it's helped me much. Now I draw the X, the rest of the rack pretty good. If I get rid of AX, I think I'm looking good to bingo the next turn. Now no AX play jumping out at me. What about axed? That's 28. Galax through an L. Revo. Does that help me in any way? Not really. What about EX here? 37's a good score. Or, yeah, I think I'll go with this. I draw the Z, which is always a welcome sight. But I'd like to get rid of it as soon as possible to ensure that I bingo in the next 2 or 3 moves. Matzah is good. Unleavened bread, that's no longer available. Fawn takes an A. Look at this. Manna from heaven. 86-point power play. That was fortunate. Now, I have the J, but Judd looks like a good way of getting rid of my 2 most unbingo-y tiles. 27, yeah, I like that. And then I can play Cog next turn, potentially. Now, any other good spots for goji berries? Jougs is good. So, Jougs for 29. Yeah, I don't know. Juice onto an E. JEE is good, but can't play 2 directions. Opponent bingo's there. So he's scored well, but now Juice does play. Juice for 28, yeah. Leghorns from an L. I wonder if I blocked bingo through the A. Thongers? No. I have the hens component of a word. Ruffins through a U. That doesn't look... Gore hens, I think, might be good. Is that how you spell it, though? Gore hens. Why does that ring a bell? Might be mixing it up with something similar. Now I do have hogs as well for about mid-30s. But this gore hens, that would be a good play. Does it play anywhere else? Nope. Opponent taking some time with this move. Scores are pretty close, just 13 points between us. Gorehens is fine, that's great. Now, Dib. Dib looks good. That's a 35-point play. I could play the S, for bringing it up to 40. Dibsy I don't think is good. Dibs, wow, that's tempting. What about a play through the O? Borty, for example. That would sort the rack out. That's a 32-point play. Decent rack leave. The S not overly useful on this board, apart from 11I across. Lude doesn't. I don't think Lude takes an S. Still thinking. Ooh, opponents provided another spot for. I'd have to play the S in second position. No. I think I'll go with, unless there's a GY play. Yeah, Borty it is for 32. Terrible pickup. That was pretty shocking. OU would sort the rack out somewhat for 11. Opponent's gone there, so I'll play at the top. Now, is there a... There's the IOUS ending. IOUS, so... No, nothing from the T. I think OU is the way to go here. Well, the other option would be Udo. That's 15. IOUS, not a terrible. And look at the vowel consonants split. Pretty low on vowels. No S's to come, just a blank. So this lane, opponent would have to use the blank as an S. It's not overly dangerous. 2 D's to come, so I don't mind getting rid of one of them. OG. Does OG take a D? OG'd. No, or does, but do isn't good. So what about duo 19? Is that the way to go? That's 10. No, I think I'll go for score. Oh, what about Howd? 22, I like this. Dioecious, no. Dubious. No, dubious. I don't have the second U anymore. Daylit. Okay, opponent scores well there. looking at ways to score with my S. Okay, this is a crucial point in the game, so I don't want to make a mistake unnecessarily. What about sec here? 25 obstructs this P, does create a C. It's only 25 though. ISO words. Oh, just don't know what to do here. Bio. I'll go with bio for 24. That's not a bad looking rack. Core dates through an A. Is there a 7 here? Educates from an E. What about the R? Educates. What about TO? L? What about a 6-letter play with a not necessarily a 6, but just any play. Est. Used. I'll just have one last look. No, not seeing it. I'm going with used, but there's 4 in the bag, and if opponent bingos, he wins. So if I go back 1, that's 23. That's 23. So hard. That's 23. I don't want to empty the bag. I'll go with this. Ooh, okay, opponent might bingo here, but I've got Q plays, so even if he does bingo, wow, he might block all my Q plays though, and that could be a real problem. Gee, this could be dire. If I can't get rid of that Q, I might land up swallowing it. And that could cost me the game. Opponent down to his last 2.5 minutes. No, I've got caddy on the rack and cat. But the M at the top, that doesn't help. The AB, no. Trank doesn't work with the R. Sank is good. C-I-N-Q. Does that play anywhere? R-E doesn't help. Pedagogue. Okay. Interesting. I think that might have won it for opponent because I can't see a way of... Canat is good. I could play that here. Oh, opponent's got Rev and he's got... Does he have another V play? Oh, he's got V double E there, so he gets 10 there. Dict. Would that be enough to win? 33-point play, that's 350. He gets 24 on countback, plus 10, 34. No, it's not enough to win. Dict would win it. That's 33. I don't mind swallowing the Q in that situation. Now let's look at Canat. Q-A-N-A-T. That's 14. That gives me 433. He gets 10 there. 417. I'm on 433. 12. 429, 433. This wins. But I think Dict is even better. Yeah, I'll go with Dict for 33. 33 minus 24 is 9. And 14 minus 6 is 8. So I'll go with Dict, slightly better. 33. So V is best. I don't think he's got a better play than V. Wow, what a close game. Yeah, didactor. I don't know about didactor, but didact is good. That wouldn't have scored as much as dict. Pedagogue. Wow, nice word. And there you have it. 452 to me, 441 to opponent. Thank him for the game. Let's see what we missed. Wow, that was close. Back to the beginning, and in exchange for opponent, he kept AEN. That seems fair. Weddell, there was a play with a 5-letter play with a W. Weddell, that's what I needed. Okay, I played Lude, Aeonian almost, but not quite. Opponent goes with Aeonian, and that, Wenge as a 4-timer, not one I'm familiar with. Wenge for 56, I did get 53, so not far behind. And then opponent retrofit for 83 4-bit. That was quite nice as well. Now I've got a Val heavy rack. I go with OG for 18, but there was Agi at 7G across the top, but giving an easy scoring spot, not just the Z, but the X as well, and a whole bunch of other tiles play above ED. So still happy with my play, gave less back. Now opponent close here. Envious was from the E, but a bit volatile for 24 points. He goes with Revo, and then X for 37, best here. Opponents now got Alf for 22, good rack leave at 7E, making flag. He goes with Fawn, which gives me a Mozza in the form of Matza, 86 point play, and then Massia for 96 was huge. So he came straight back. Now Juggum onto UM. That's quite nice, getting rid of the 3 most undesirable tiles on the rack. Juice for 28, not far behind. Or actually it was quite far behind, because the rack leave of CIOS considerably better than GOS, and that's why the equity's a full 10 points better, even though the score is only 3-point increase. So anyway, that was that. Hairpin for 35, but opponent goes with Earn. Now Gorhans for 80 was the only bingo, so that comes down. And then Job for 26, Lip for 32. Oh, that's quite nice. Parallel to Earn, Lip. Yeah, I like that. I was planning on that type of play myself, but opponent took the spot. So Jarb comes down. Now Borty was best for 32, and then opponent's got Pilum. Yeah, he scores well with KI. Rack leave a little ropey, but not terrible. This rack's pretty shocking. Out for 22 was best, according to Analyzer. And then Daylit, the top play for opponent. No bingo here, but getting closer. Bio for 24, which seems fine. And then Dell for 24, keeping AGP. Opponent went with L. Now, this is where I thought I had a bingo. Very close. Educates was the only one I could see as an 8. And there were no playable bingos. Now, Dud suggested for 20, very strong rack leave. I did think of that, but yeah, I just thought that if opponent bingos with an S here and he scores, incorporating a V or P, then it could be a 90-point play. So I thought take out the hottest lane, which I did, left one in the bag. And now opponent's got Megapod for 71. That was at 11I. Megapod leaving the D dangling in column O, that wouldn't have been wise because I would have had Qaid, Qaid. So I think he made the right move with pedagogue. The other one was galloped. But either way, the E was going to be, the E or the O was going to be handily positioned for a comeback play. Now Niqab. Wow. I did not contemplate Niqab. No, it wasn't there. It was Niqab with 2 A's. That's not one you see every day. The 5-letter play Niqab is the one you see more often on a Scrabble board. But look at that, Niqab, 2 A's. That would have been a game-winning move as well. So, but dict was also fine. But that was definitely the way to go. I don't think I've ever seen Niqab with 2 A's. There you go. So opponent's got V. Top score was 10 points, so he couldn't have won from that position. And I swallowed the Q, but it was fine as I had enough of a cushion. So that was that. Yeah, pretty good game. Hope you enjoyed watching that one. And I will see you next time.